Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a free clinic gives people in our region the chance to get vaccinated against COVID and earn a bit of cash. And members of one Eastern Kentucky community support one of their own before he embarks on a serious health journey.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It's just before 6 o'clock on this Monday morning. It's a new week and it's cold outside. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at your forecast. Brandon, I'm going to start wearing your Snoopy blanket around the station again today.
Listen, you can today and maybe even tomorrow, but after that, I don't think you'll need it.
No, it's always cold in this station.
Well, yeah.
It's always cold.
In some spots, yes, exactly. But overall, outside, you won't need that blanket because we're going to be close to 70 the next few days. But enjoy it because it goes up, must come down. Let's take a look at the forecast this morning. And cold out there, temperatures dropping into the 30s area-wide now, except for Monticello and Jonesville, who are in the 20s this morning. So grab those jackets, especially if you're waiting at the bus stop. A little extra coffee because it's Monday. Always need extra coffee on Mondays, but max warming needed because of the temperatures this morning. 66 is our forecast high today. 60 is the average high for this time of the year, and the record high of 80 was set back on this day in 2005. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Charles Booker stopped in Lexington during the weekend to share his plans to end poverty here in Kentucky. The former state representative says his New Deal campaign focuses on, quote, transforming Kentucky from the hood to the holler, end quote. He says this includes prioritizing issues involving poverty across the Commonwealth.
I've come from the struggle and I know we can change things, and I want someone in Washington that prioritizes our communities so that we have thriving industries, local businesses that are booming, good paying union jobs all over Kentucky.
Well, Booker is running against Republican Senator Rand Paul. Election day for the U.S. Senate race is November 8th, 2022. Well, fresh off his major victory in Congress for the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the president will be taking a victory lap this week. On Wednesday, President Joe Biden will travel to Maryland to visit the Port of Baltimore to explain how his deal with the upgrade to the nation's ports. Biden's visit comes as Southern California ports are struggling with the backlog of shipping that is disrupting the U.S. supply chain. The $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure legislation also includes funds for roads, bridges, power grids, and broadband internet. Well, another company hopes to offer its version of a coronavirus vaccine in the months ahead. Novavax plans to turn in complete data to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration before the end of the year. It aims would be to earn possible emergency use authorization for its vaccine. The biotech company's CEO says the first 100 million doses would be ready to ship if an FDA green light is given. Novavax says its vaccine manufacturing method is more conventional than those vaccines currently authorized for use here in the U.S. Now, this version stimulates immunity by using small laboratory-made pieces of the coronavirus. The company has already applied for EUAs with several other countries. Well, the Food and Drug Administration gave the green light for kids 5 and up to be vaccinated on Tuesday. And by Wednesday morning, parents were lining up to get their kids the shot. While some parents are choosing to wait, many across the U.S. are relieved they can finally give their kids some protection from COVID.
Sullivan is a cancer survivor. So, our goal is to never have to be admitted in the hospital ever again.
And there could be a new weapon in the arsenal to treat COVID. Pfizer on Friday said its experimental antiviral pill cuts death and hospital rates by 90% in high-risk adults. Pfizer says it will ask the FDA to authorize its pill as soon as possible. Well, the U.S. will reopen its borders today for fully vaccinated international visitors, ending a ban on foreign travelers that started more than a year ago. It's a welcome change for families separated by the pandemic and a sign of hope for battered travel industry. CNN's Richard Quest reports.
These are the routes that keep the global economy moving. For more than 18 months, they've been painfully quiet. Back at the start of the COVID pandemic, then President Donald Trump announced he was banning most travel into the United States. Few would have predicted that ban would last for most of 2021 as well. Most travelers, some from the United States' closest allies, barred from visiting. For loved ones, that means separated by borders. Months of heartache. And for the airlines, it spelt financial disaster.
We keep outlining the economic impact of staying closed and the human impact. So there's a lot of people haven't been able to visit family in the US. They haven't been able to reunite. You know, both countries have huge amounts of foreign direct investment going both ways, and that's going to be impacted by this impasse.
As COVID levels ebbed and flowed and vaccinations began to be rolled out, the US position did not change, much to the frustration of European leaders. The travel ban seriously harms vital economic and human ties at a time when they're most needed, tweeted the EU ambassador in Washington. And Americans were able to travel overseas, with some restrictions like vaccination, testings or quarantines. I'm a UK citizen, so I could fly from New York to London on JetBlue's inaugural trip, and it was packed. The return journey, because I'm a green card holder, I could travel, not so. Because Brits, even those fully vaccinated, are not allowed into the United States, well, this plane, it's about a quarter full. All in all change on Monday. Vaccinated travellers finally able to visit the land of the free. Separated families, a moment to cherish. And for the global economy, a sign that things may be getting closer to normal. Richard Quest, CNN, New York.
Well, the Take One for the Team vaccination campaign partnered with the Liberty Worship and Outreach Center in Manchester to host a free COVID-19 vaccination clinic Saturday. Now, this clinic offered several incentives, including $50 gift cards to the first 50 people to be vaccinated and a $1,000 prize to the church who had the most members vaccinated.
It really is important for the churches to be involved because sometimes there's distrust among the community, the general public, and our churches should be leaders in the community. So we want to support the vaccine, try to get everybody vaccinated as much as we can.
Well, organizers say there were 59 vaccination doses administered and 15 churches have members get vaccinated. Horse Creek Baptist was the church with the most vaccinated members, winning the $1,000 prize to put toward their youth group. One Prestonsburg teen will be undergoing several treatments to fight a rare form of blood cancer. But before he embarks on his journey, his family wanted to give him a day he'll never forget. Our Alyssa Williams was there to watch Blade's special day unfold.
November 7th was a special day for 17-year-old Blade Cottle as family, friends, and community members came to his celebration of life event in Prestonsburg.
We figure this is a good way to celebrate the years we've had and hopefully the years that we will continue to have.
Blade was born with DeGeorge syndrome, a chromosomal disorder that causes several developmental delays and physical ailments. But it wasn't until recently that he was diagnosed with a blood cancer called MDS.
Honestly, Blade is the best one of us. He is so happy all the time, and he finds happiness in the smallest of things.
Blade begins treatment in December, where he will undergo chemo, radiation, and eventually receive a bone marrow transplant.
He's going to be in the hospital for about 6 to 8 months, so he's going to miss Christmas, and he's going to miss his birthday, and he's going to miss all the celebrations in that time frame.
Blade's loved ones came together Sunday to give him a day full of the things he loves. Be the Match Marrow Registry was also in attendance for Blade's celebration, encouraging people to register as a bone marrow donor to help kids just like Blade.
I love the fact that everybody's coming out to celebrate him and do things for him and stuff, and it gives him a day to shine, and that's what I want.
Offering love, support, and a special day for a very special boy. In Prestonsburg, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, Be the Match is looking for marrow donors to help kids just like Blade. Now, to register to become a donor, you can text 4BLADE to 61474.
Forecast this morning here at 6:08. Cool and clear this morning as you head outdoors. Some patchy fog out there in spots, but at UVA-wise, we're not seeing any of that so far this morning. Temperatures all in the 30s except for Monticello and Jonesville, 28 apiece for those folks there. Jackson, Prestonsburg, and Pikeville, the warmest spots in the region at 237s and a 38 respectively there this morning. 66 this afternoon, mostly sunny and mild. Some patchy frost around this morning, so be aware of that. But the sun is coming up earlier today. Should be daylight here in less than an hour. Mild start to the week, late week rain chances, and then temperatures drop behind a big-time cold front. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you, and thank you for joining us. More news is on the way when we come back. A hyped-up music festival turns into a tragedy, leaving authorities and attendees looking for answers.